it was amazing. I grew up on Richard Pryor. You can't even go back and talk about the books he wrote.
Yeah.
And then what I got to do sometimes is explain, which I hate in big arenas, that this is a thought police thing, and I do not like it. But when I use these words, this is my intent behind those words.
Wow.
So as long as you understand my intent, I still get people like, just don't say it. And I said, I'm not going to do this.
Yeah, but they take it out of context and put it on Twitter or put it on Facebook.
I'm surprised.
All right, let's talk about the one and only Tim Allen, Hollywood's most unapologetic anti-woke comedian and the guy who keeps coming back no matter how many times people try to cancel him. For years now, Tim has made it abundantly clear that he's not here to tiptoe around Hollywood's sensitivity or fall in line with what the woke crowd deems acceptable. He has proven time and time again that he won't apologize for speaking his mind. Love him or hate him, Tim Allen's style is here to stay, and it's causing quite the stir. So, what's the latest in the saga of Tim versus Hollywood? If you've ever taken a peek at his Twitter feed, you already know Tim Allen doesn't hold back. He'll tweet something completely off the cuff, watch the backlash roll in, and instead of backtracking, he'll just let it be. The result? A social media meltdown from people who just can't handle that Tim dared to voice his opinion. This latest tweet, though, this one hit a nerve like never before. One tweet, one quick comment, and bam, the Twitter mobs were out in full force.
Of saying a word, and it's one of those things where it's like, it's kind of unbelievable.
It's actually disturbing on a fundamental level. It's gotten to the point where literally there's part of me, a deep part of me, that just, F it, bring it on. If you want to cancel me, go ahead.
People scrambled to condemn him, label him, and cancel him yet again. But here's the thing. Tim Allen isn't about to let the woke brigade dictate what he can and can't say, and honestly, that's what makes him such a thorn in Hollywood's side. While everyone else might try to stay in line to keep their gigs, Tim just does what he does, and that's exactly why they can't seem to shut him down. It doesn't end with one tweet, though. Tim has been poking this bear for years. Take, for instance, a recent day out at Disneyland. Tim overheard a 13-year-old kid saying he wasn't sure about his identity because he liked skillets, of all things. Classic Tim, he couldn't resist sharing the story online, poking a bit of fun at how exaggerated identity labels have become. Naturally, the backlash was instant. People called him insensitive and a bully just for sharing a moment that he thought was funny and maybe a bit of a comment on.
Starting in 75, do you still enjoy stand-up, my friend, as much as you did in the early days?
There's moments that more, it reminds me of my anarchist background.
Remember ABC's cancellation of Last Man Standing? In case you missed it, Last Man Standing was a highly rated show on ABC, second only to Modern Family in popularity. But in 2017, it was suddenly cancelled. Tim and the whole crew were blindsided. They were all thinking, we're doing great here. What's going on? Then people started connecting the dots. It turned out that having a successful show with a likable conservative character didn't quite fit ABC's playbook. They dropped it just like that because Tim Allen dared to portray a character who didn't follow Hollywood's politically correct rulebook. They didn't even try to hide it. It was clear that his politics were the problem.
Let's talk about Last Man Standing. Congrats on this.
Thanks very much.
I watched it. It was on ABC, right. And then all of a sudden it wasn't on ABC.
Still for the 300 of the crew, and the same thing. We're all going, this is the best show I've ever been on. What? We're off the air. We all thought we were at the top of their game with ABC. Who knows how that was? I don't know, but it was dry.
But here's where it gets good. ABC's loss was Fox's gain. Fox jumped in and picked up Last Man Standing, keeping the show alive and well. So while ABC thought they'd made an example out of Tim, he simply found himself a new platform. It's like Hollywood keeps handing Tim bigger stages every time they try to shut him down. They keep trying to cancel him, and yet he just keeps coming back stronger.
Right, and I don't like coming there too, but all right, when we're driving around, what do other people do when they see it?
They do this.
You know why they do that? This truck is older than you, but it's a classic. People realize it's a classic. And you're a classic.
How flattering. I'm an old truck.
And now we get to Tim's latest venture, his Disney Plus show, The Santa Clauses. Yep, that's right. The same Disney that replaced him as the voice of Buzz Lightyear with Chris Evans in the recent Lightyear movie brought him back for this. So Disney knows that Tim Allen's audience is loyal, and they don't want to completely lose out on that. But, of course, Tim isn't going to make things smooth and easy. His character on The Santa Clauses makes one simple joke, "Merry Christmas to all." Oh wait, is that problematic now? Just like that, all of Twitter's feathers were ruffled. People were furious over a Christmas joke in a Christmas show. It doesn't get any more ridiculous than that. One podcaster even took to Twitter to fan the flames, writing about how Merry Christmas to all had now become politically divisive. Can you believe that? It's the Santa Clauses, for crying out loud, a Christmas show. But no, Tim's one joke about saying Merry Christmas had the woke crowd panicking. To them, he's not just a comedian anymore, he's some rogue problem that needs to be shut down. Let's be real, Tim Allen isn't exactly shocked by any of this. He's been in comedy for decades, inspired by boundary-pushing legends like Richard Pryor and Lenny Bruce, who weren't afraid to make people uncomfortable.
It was amazing. I grew up on Richard Pryor. You can't even go back and talk about the books he wrote.
Yeah.
And then what I got to do sometimes is explain what I hate in big arenas that this is a thought police thing, and I do not like it. But when I use these words, this is my intent behind those words.
Wow.
So as long as you understand my intent, I still get people like, just don't say it. And I said, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, but they take it out of context and put it on Twitter or put it on Facebook.
I'm surprised they haven't.
But in today's culture, it's like every single word is scrutinized. You can't make a joke without someone taking it personally or twisting it out of context. In one interview, Tim even joked that he might get canceled for using words his own parents used. Yep, words his parents would casually say around the house could end his career now. That's the world we live in, where comedians are scared to tell jokes because, who knows, someone might take them the wrong way. But Tim has never played that game, and he's not about to start now. Instead, he's doubled down. He said he doesn't want to live in fear of being canceled. He'd rather face the backlash than compromise his comedy.
I'm surprised they haven't, because I do use some provocative words, but I tell them it's words I really got from my parents. They said this stuff. We talked about. I can't even say it here. I can't even point to it.
Yeah.
It is an alarming thing for comedians. But my act has really been about family and kids and growing up anyway. But I was just saying, if I do some stuff. The women in my life were, whatever political party it was, always they hated the government. Who's going to pay for it? Yeah. They always argued about that over box.
No matter how hard they try to blacklist him, Tim Allen just keeps pushing back. He's not going to disappear quietly, and that's exactly why he's still here. Tim's refusal to be silenced has made him a kind of anti-cancel culture icon. Each time someone tries to shut him down, he gains more fans who respect him for refusing to cave. It's not like the backlash actually affects him. When ABC pulled Last Man Standing, Fox swooped in. When Disney tried replacing him as Buzz Lightyear, he didn't bat an eye, and now he's back with Disney, delivering lines that he knows will get people talking. Tim's perspective on cancel culture is that it's like high school, where everyone is waiting for you to mess up so they can pounce. He's openly criticized the way society is so quick to cancel people over the smallest slip-up. For Tim, it's absurd that comedians even have to explain their jokes to avoid being misunderstood. He's right, look around at comedy today. There are so many comedians who have pulled back, afraid that one wrong word could ruin their careers.
I was invited by, we did a VIP thing for the vets, and went to the Veterans Ball, so I went to go see Democrats and Republicans. Yeah, I went to the inauguration. I'm not attacking you. Get this down. I'm not getting, you got to be real careful around here, you get beat up. You don't believe what everybody believes. It's like 30s Germany. I don't know what happened. If you're not part of the group.
But that's not Tim Allen. Despite everything, the social media mobs, the network politics, and the constant scrutiny, Tim Allen keeps going. That's why, in the end, he's humiliated Hollywood's cancel culture in the best way possible, by staying true to himself. Hollywood might hate him for it, but they can't ignore him, and every time they try, he comes back with even more people who appreciate his honesty. So, if you're on Team Tim, if you're tired of Hollywood's endless virtue signaling, go ahead and hit that like button. And while you're at it, why not subscribe? There are plenty more stories like Tim's out there, and we're just getting started exposing Hollywood's attempts to silence voices that don't quite fit their narrative. Let's keep this conversation going. Comment below and let us know your thoughts on Tim Allen, cancel culture, and Hollywood's obsession with controlling the narrative. Thanks for watching.